So hi everyone, welcome to Cracku. So how was your exam? Please let me know. How many questions did you attempted? How was the difficulty overall? First I want to know from you guys, and then we will have a detailed discussion on how was the overall paper and section wise what was the difficulty level, what were the types of questions that were asked, and many things. So if you have any questions, if you want to say anything, very bad paper Sujani is saying. No problem. I think people are telling that quant was on a difficult side, and verbal and logical reasoning was on a easy to moderate side. So please tell me how many questions did you attempted? How many questions did you guys attempted in total? And section wise, if you can tell, it will be much better. So then we will have a detailed discussion regarding the exam analysis. Okay. So as of now, the data we have obtained, we will discuss on the basis of the first impression that we have obtained from a lot of students. Our team has talked with a lot of students, and we have collected the data, and now we are giving you the first impression of the exam analysis based on that. So yeah, the paper was 44. Okay. The paper was tough only. Yeah, yeah. Many people are saying that the quant section was on a difficult side. Just give me a second, guys. Uh, can you tell CK to check messages? Okay, people are saying lengthy paper. Yes, it was a lengthy paper. Is it audible now? Okay, just give me a second, guys. Okay, I think now I'm audible. Please let me know if I'm audible now. Being an applied maths student could not properly attempt higher mathematics. Yeah, many people are saying that the quant section was on a difficult side. Okay, 44 LR 14, 44 total questions you have attempted. Okay, VA 13, LR 12 and QA 12. Okay. So people are able to attempt almost 15 questions, 12, 13 questions in LR and VR, VA and LR. And in quant, many people are saying the paper was on a lengthy and difficult side. So yeah, Jagrati, yeah. Okay. So let's talk about today's exam. So we will have a discussion on section wise. What was the trend of the examination and how difficult was it? So based on the feedback that we have received from the students, so people are saying that 10 questions were easily doable. There were 10 questions in English section, English comprehension, that were doable, and 3 questions were on a moderate side, and only 2 questions were slightly difficult. So overall, if you are able to attempt 12 plus questions in English comprehension, that means it is a good section. Like if you are able to attempt 12 questions, then I can say it is a good attempt. But if you have attempted less than 12 questions and the attempt is like 7-8 questions, then you can be in trouble. But I think if you have attempted 12 plus questions with good accuracy, I think it will be on a safer side. And overall, if you look at the English section, it was on a easier side. Now coming to quant and DI section. So overall, quant and DI section was difficult and lengthy. It was on a lengthier side. People were saying they were not able to attempt 20 plus questions, 22 plus questions. Some people crossed 25 also, but very rare. So overall, it was on a difficult side. So easy questions, there were total around 8 to 9 questions that were easy, and there were 12 questions that were on a moderate difficult side, and 10 questions were difficult. And if you have attempted 16 plus question in quant section, 16 plus question in quant section, it is very good number. I believe if you have attempted good questions 16 plus and your accuracy is good in quant, I think you will be able to cross the cutoff. Overall, it was difficult and lengthy. Okay, now coming to logical reasoning section. In logical reasoning, there were around 11 questions that were easy, and 2 questions moderate and 2 questions slightly difficult. We can't say difficult, but slightly difficult, because people were easily able to attempt 12 questions, 13 questions. So those 1 or 2 questions were slightly tricky and difficult. If you have attempted 12 plus question in this section, I will say you have done fantastic job. And now it will depend on how many questions of them were right, how many were incorrect. So that will determine the overall score. So my analysis is that verbal was easy, quant and DI was on a difficult side and was lengthy also, and logical reasoning was easy to moderate. So now you tell me, how do you feel about this? Quant was not difficult, it was lengthy. Okay, people are saying quant was not difficult, it was lengthy. For some people it was difficult, for some people it was lengthy. Okay, attempted 47 questions total. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let us discuss what were the paper about. So in paper, there were 8 questions on reading comprehension. There were 2 RCs that came in the examination. One was on social issues and the other was on emotional health. Okay, so there were 2 RCs, and one RC was easy and doable, and the other RC was also doable and was on emotional health. And there were 2 fill in the blanks questions that were in the examination. One question was from idioms, one question was from odd one out, and one was on parajumbles, one was on phrasal verb, and one question was on adjective. So more or less it is very similar to the official mock that IIM Bangalore has released, and it was overall easy. Coming to the quantitative and data interpretation, we expected that there will be more questions to the arithmetic. We expected around 7 to 8 questions, but yeah, it was on a lengthier side. Arithmetic, there were only 3 questions. Algebra, there were 3 questions. Geometry, there was 1 question. Number system, there were 2 questions. Data interpretation, there were 8 questions. So 2 sets were there in the examination. One set was on bar chart and one set was on pie chart. Okay. We will discuss about the cutoff. LR only 10 attempt. Okay, 12 plus attempt is a good, and if you have attempted less than 10, then I think your accuracy is important in that case. Okay, English section was very easy. Yes, I have heard from this a lot of students that English was on the easier side. So yeah, calculus, there were 4 questions, and most of the questions were like higher mathematics, application of derivative. Okay, Matrices and determinant, there were 4 questions, and sequence and series, there were 2 questions. PNC probability, 2 questions, and statistics, there was 1 question. So this is the overall distribution of quant and DI section. Okay, let me check. So there were questions on profit and loss, discount. 1 question was on profit, loss and discount. 1 was time and work question. 1 question was on a modulus. 3 to 4 questions were from functions. And DA 2 sets were there. Okay. So this is what we have heard from a lot of students. And for many people, there was like they were not able to attempt many questions because the time was less, and there were a lot of questions. So in quant section, this was the main problem faced by many students. Okay, DI sets were easy, but they were time consuming and calculative intensive. Okay, they were easy and doable, but they were lengthy and time consuming. Okay, so if you have attempted a good number of questions, 18 plus questions, then I think it is a good attempt in quant section, right? Okay. Cutoff. Okay, people are asking about the cutoffs. Yes, we'll just, what should be the approx cutoff? So after this, we will discuss about the cutoffs and what can be the possible scores obtained by many students. Okay. So in logical reasoning, this was the distribution of questions. There were 2 questions on series, alphanumeric series and number series. Some questions on arrangements, puzzles, critical reasoning questions were also there. Blood relation, analogies, data sufficiency, coding and decoding, and directions. So more or less it was very similar to the official mock and the mocks provided by Cracku. Yes sir, very calculative and consuming DA sir. Okay, yes. So now difficulty wise we have distributed that how was the section wise difficulty. So in English, if you look, 70% of the paper was easy, 20 to 30% was moderate to difficult. Okay, in quant and DI, the paper was 30% easy and more towards difficulty level, moderate to difficult level 70%, and logical reasoning also 70% paper was on the easier side and 30% was on a difficult side. So now let's talk about the percentiles, let's talk about the sectional cutoff and all. So we believe that if you have scored above 130 plus, that is overall. Wait. Okay, if you have scored above 130 plus, yes. So now let's talk about the score versus percentile. So we believe that if you have scored, wait. So yeah, if you have scored 130 plus overall, you will be getting above 98 percentile. 98 percentile. Okay. So 130 plus means your total correct questions should be above 40 plus, 43 plus, 40 plus to 45 plus. If your total number of questions that are correct, if you are able to attempt 40 to 45 questions correctly, then your cutoff will be above 130 plus, that is 98 percentile. If you want to score about 98 percentile for general category, that is the number of questions that you should have attempted correctly in the examination. The range will be around 40 plus to 45 plus. Okay. If we talk about sectional cutoff, if we talk about the sectional cutoff in VA verbal ability, it will be about 24 marks. Sectional cutoff means we assume that sectional cutoff will be 85 percentile. 85 percentile, at 85 percentile, we believe that sectional cutoff will be there, and if you are able to score about 24 plus marks in verbal section, your cutoff will be clear. Section wise cutoff, this is section wise cutoff, so you have to score in verbal 24 plus in order to get shortlisted for this section, particular section. For logical reasoning, this is again 24 plus, and for QA and DI, this value will be 24 plus. So if you are able to score above these much marks, 85 percentile, you will be scoring. Now I will explain you how this will work. Minimum cutoff for interview call. Okay. So now overall, if you are in general category, if you are able to score above 130 plus, if you are able to score above 130 plus, you will definitely get the interview shortlist. But you have to make sure that in each section you have to score 24 plus, 24 plus, 24 plus. This is the section wise cutoff. If you have scored, let's say 130, and I assume 130 is the overall sectional cutoff for general category, and the scoring is in verbal you got, let's say, 20 marks, in LR you got, let's say, 40 marks, and in quant you got, let's say, 70 marks. Overall you are clearing the cutoff if the score is above 130, because 130 plus, we assume if the cutoff is 130, if you are getting 130, overall you are able to clear the cutoff. But for verbal section, if you are just scoring 20 marks, your sectional cutoff will not clear, because we assume कि you have to cross 85 percentile in verbal. These are just projections. This can vary because they have not released how much percent sectional cutoff will be there for a general category students. So we believe if you have scored 24 plus, 24 plus, 24 plus in all the three sections, you will be on a safer side. Your sectional cutoff will be clear. Okay. If you are scoring above 24 plus in all the three sections, that means if you are able to solve 8 questions, if you are able to solve 8 questions correctly in all the three sections, then you should not worry about the sectional cutoff. You should worry about the total score. So for reserved categories, the cutoff will be lesser. So for them, if you are scoring above 100 plus, 110 plus, you will be on a safer side. Okay. These are just projections based on the inputs that we have received from the students. Okay. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will answer your questions. Okay. So 12,000 applications were, 12,000 forms were filled. 12,000 students applied for the examination. They have filled the form, submitted the fees, out of which we assume 8,000 to 9,000 people might have given the examination. And for a 98 percentile, the number of students will be, if you assume 8,000 students have given the examination, so top 2% or 98 percentile plus students, the number of students will be 160. So we assume कि there will be at least 160 students who will be getting above 130 plus score. Out of 8,000 students that will give the examination, that has given the examination, we believe कि there will be 160 students whose score will be above 130 plus. This is what we are projecting based on the feedback that we have received from the students. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Sir, if I am getting approximately 115, then can I get interview calls? 150 is definitely a good call. 115, if you are talking about 115, you are on a borderline. First, make sure that your sectional cutoff is clear. If you are able to score about 24 plus in each section, I think your sectional cutoff will be clear. Okay. And if you are able to score above 115, you might get a call. Okay. Because this cutoff can increase or decrease based on the overall performance of the students. We have received feedback from a lot of students, but this can vary. But we believe that this should be the sectional cutoff for all the three sections. And overall, if you are scoring above 100, and if you are from reserve category, you should be safer as compared to people who are scoring less than 100. But if you are from a general category and you are scoring above 120, 130 plus, you can get a call from IIM Bangalore. Okay. Yes, 144, I think it is a safer score. Sectional clear and score is 95. It depends on the category, because category wise it can vary. For general category, for other categories, OBC, SC, ST, EWS, the sectional cutoff and overall cutoff will be different. Okay. Now, I just want to ask you guys questions. How was paper similar? Was paper similar to the official mock, and how similar was it to the Cracku mocks? Please let me know in the chat that how was it similar to the Cracku mock? Was it similar, very similar, or you found the Cracku content very helpful? Will you guys get paper from somewhere? See, once IIM Bangalore releases the official paper, then only we can get the paper. Okay. How much percentile for general category? If you are from a general category, your overall percentile should be above 98 percentile. Okay. You should score at least 98 percentile to be on a safer side. A good score will be if you are able to score above 130 plus, that is definitely a good score. If you are able to score above 24 marks in each section, your sectional cutoff will be clear. Yes, I know the paper was on a linear side, but we have done a comprehensive analysis, and we believe that if you are able to do 8 questions in quant section correctly, your sectional will be clear. For SC and ST, the scores will be slightly lower. You can assume if you are able to score, let's say, I will explain you. So guys, let us assume that 8,000 people have given the examination. So let us assume 8,000 students have given the examination. Okay. Now if you talk about what will be the rank of 99 percentiler, that is top 1% is 80. If you are getting a rank of 80, you are getting a 99 percentile. If you are getting a percentile of 98, that means your rank will be 160. Similarly, for 95, it will be 400, and for 85, for 90 it will be 800, and for 80 it will be 1600. So now think from a perspective of it. So 8,000 students have given the examination. Let us assume 8,000 students have given the examination, and they will call 500 people for the interview, as they have mentioned, 500 people. That means the overall they will call around 500 people. So you have to score somewhere between 90 to 95%. But this will be a constitute of all the categories, general category, and they might call 200 plus general category students. So we assume that if your percentile is 98 plus percentile, you will be on a safer side, right? And I have told you that if you are scoring 24 plus in each section, whether it is English or logical reasoning or QA section, QADI, you will be on a safer side. So 24 plus, 24 plus and 24 plus. Okay. For other categories, it will change. Once we have more data, once we get some more information about the students, then we will update you regarding that. Okay. IIMB mock for quant was easier. Okay. Yeah, I told you guys during the live session in the Cracku, I have told you that there might be some surprises. They might give some difficult questions. So you should be aware, be prepared for the surprises in the examination. Okay. For 97 percentile, we believe that if you are able to score 120 plus, 120 plus, 120 plus, if you are able to score, I think you will be for 97 percentile. I will just write all the percentiles that we are like if you are able to score 97 percentile plus, your score should be 120, and for 95 it will be somewhere around 110. Okay, and for 90 percentile it will be above 95 plus. So these are the projections. These are just estimates. We are not claiming that this will be the cutoff. We are just saying that this is what we believe based on our analysis of the paper and feedback from the students. Okay. $115 is what percentile? Somewhere between 95 and 97, 96. You can assume 96 percentile. Okay. All right. So once we get some more information, we will get back to you again. Okay. And I hope Cracku was very helpful for you guys for preparing for this examination, and we have given our full efforts, and I think and I hope that you were able to perform well because of Cracku. Please let us know in the comments if we have helped you in any way through live classes, through papers, through mocks, through question bank. So please let us know. Okay. And for general will 97 do. I think this is on a lower side. Okay. For general category will 97 do. It can, for 97 percentile you might get a call, but I'm not saying you can't get, you might get a call. Okay. But if you are general category below 95 percentile, there is a very less chance that you will get a call. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for joining in with Cracku, and I wish you all the best for the next further. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. Yeah. So before going, I would like to say about the IPMAT course. So we are providing free IPMAT coaching. So if you are somebody who is preparing for IPMAT. So yeah, so if you are any student who is planning to give IPMAT exam this next year, that is if you are preparing for IPMAT 2026, so Cracku is providing you 15 plus free mocks, 2000 plus questions, 150 plus free videos. Okay, these are the things that Cracku will provide you guys for free of cost. So if you are planning to give IPMAT next year, please enroll for this course. Search IPMAT online coaching by Cracku, IPMAT by Cracku, online coaching by Cracku, or you can simply mail us, or you can call us on our helpline number. Visit cracku.in. You will find the IPMAT course. You can just enroll for free and you will get all the access to 15 plus mocks. These mocks will be of IPMAT Indore, IPMAT Rohtak and JIPMAT. That is 15 plus mocks, free mocks will be there. 2000 plus practice question based on the IPMAT examination, based on the IPMAT syllabus and the type of questions they ask. We will provide you this for completely free, and 150 plus free videos will be there. So this will be like similar to IIM B UG. We have provided you entire course for free, and for IPMAT 2026 also we are providing everything for free. So please go and check out, and if you want to enroll, you can enroll. It is completely free for everybody. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Yes, we have shared the link in the chat also. Please check. All right. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm waiting for some more questions. Thank you, Arvind, for your kind words. Okay, all right, ठीक है. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Please, you can share your feedback on the link provided, bookmarked in the chat, and you can enroll for the course, that is IPMAT online coaching, completely free. You can check the link given in the chat. Okay. Please let us know about how Cracku helped you for this preparation. What was the difficulty level for quants? So difficulty level of quant was like moderate to difficult, and people were saying the paper was lengthy. So in 1 hour they were not able to attempt as many questions that would be attempting in mocks. So quant was on a lengthier side, and DI sets were also lengthier. Okay. So overall, if you ask me, the difficulty was moderate to difficult and slightly difficult. Okay. People were able to not attempt as many questions as they would have attempted. In LR and English, people were easily able to attempt 14 questions, 15 questions, 12 questions in the given time. Okay, thank you for joining in with Cracku, and we wish you all the best for the upcoming interviews and all. Okay, and if you are planning to for IPMAT, please check out the IPMAT course provided on the website. Thank you.